This is Nightline.
Tonight, David Investigation, the singer on the verge of superstardom. Songs like Feel It and Romantic Homicide. And the mystery following a death of a teenage girl whose body was found in the trunk of his Tesla.
It's a little weird to see a car that I haven't seen here for a long time. Had a big dent on it, had a Texas plate on it.
The latest clues investigators say they're following tonight. Plus, instant ads. Men going from dad bod to beach bod by taking a six-pack shortcut.
Well, when pool season rolls around, you're just kind of ready to go, even though you're living life like a normal person.
Can you really say goodbye to sit-ups?
Why would you look basic when you can look amazing?
Can you tell who got shredded the old-fashioned way and who went under the knife? In Sade Girls style. The latest fashion trends from the smooth operator singer, taking a new generation back to the 80s.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, the rising music star David embroiled in a mystery after the body of a teenage girl was found in the trunk of his impounded car, raising questions about their possible connection. Here's ABC's Ashin Singh.
Stay right here with a little smile.
Singer David, on the brink of major fame.
Can I get that smile back?
The platinum-selling artist with hits like Romantic Homicide.
In the back of my mind, I killed you.
And Here With Me.
I don't care how long it takes.
Embarking on a world tour for his debut album, Withered.
David is a young 20-year-old singer who really is just on the cusp of superstardom. You know, he really got his start because his music went very viral on TikTok. He also was very popular in the video game spectrum from Fortnite.
Now he's at the center of a weeks-long mystery after a severely decomposed body was found in an abandoned Tesla registered to the singer's legal name, David Anthony Burke.
When the body was found, the LAPD didn't know much about it because it was so heavily decomposed, but it was a female who had been around 5'2", they thought, and from what they could tell, around 71 pounds, or that is what was left of the remains. So, I mean, it got really gruesome in that moment because the body had clearly been in that trunk for so long.
The body, that of a young teen named Celeste Rivas, seen in this photo from authorities, who authorities say went missing last year from Lake Elsinore, California.
She was 13 years old when she went missing. She would have been 15 had she been living now, but she'd been missing since last year.
Celeste Rivas' mom talked to TMZ, and she said that her daughter was dating somebody named David. She didn't know who he was, but all of this is going to come into play as the LAPD is trying to understand if there was a relationship between David and Celeste Rivas.
The questions continue to mount. The medical examiner still trying to determine how the teen died. David has not been arrested or charged with any crime and has not issued a public statement since the body was found. ABC News has reached out to David's team for comment and has not heard back.
They're not calling this a murder investigation right now. They don't know necessarily that it was murder. It could have been something else, like an accident or an overdose, and that the body was disposed of improperly. They don't know.
When the news first broke on September 9th, David was nearly 2,000 miles away in Minneapolis on tour.
David went on stage and performed that night and didn't acknowledge anything that happened. And I think that appeared to be a little bit offsetting for people.
Late last week, Los Angeles police searching a home in Hollywood Hills that the singer was staying at, removing several items, including a computer. Neighbors saying the Tesla had been parked in front of the home for a while before moving to two different places on the street.
It's a little weird to see a car that I haven't seen here for a long time. Had a big dent on it, had a Texas plate on it. So all a little odd, but at the same time, you know, people could be hanging out with friends for, you know, for a long time.
It was banged up and kept moving from one place to other place within a couple of blocks from here.
The body discovered after the Tesla was impounded and taken to this tow yard for 2 days before workers noticing an odor coming from the front trunk.
There was one real identifying feature that was on the human remains that was left behind, and that was a tattoo on the right index finger on the inside that read, "Shh." David has that exact same tattoo on his right index finger, as do other celebrities. Rihanna apparently made this popular. This tattoo is not incriminating yet, and the LAPD doesn't even know if the tattoo will come into play in all of this.
The singer canceling the rest of his domestic tour after Celeste's identity was released.
The repercussions that David is facing right now is he's being tried in a court of public opinion. His label has paused all the promotion.
These past few months have been full of big milestones for David, from performing at Coachella to appearing on late-night shows like Colbert.
What do you have in store? One life away we can't explore.
He reflected on his blossoming career to Linsey Davis last year.
Success has kind of been quite literally overnight, so it's kind of hard to kind of be in the moment sometimes, but I'm just taking it in slowly, appreciating it.
David has had some pretty significant moments in the last year. He also had a mainstream branding deal with Hollister and Crocs, which is colossal.
The brand's telling Footwear News, "We have removed the campaign content featuring David while the investigation continues." Some of the artists who he's collaborated with, like Kali Uchis, also taking action. The singer saying she's in the process of pulling down their song, Crashing. David's lyrics to Romantic Homicide now being re-examined and dissected online.
If you, like me, had no idea who David or D4VD is before this body was found in the trunk of his car, let me catch you up.
Some of the lyrics in Romantic Homicide say things like, "In the back of my mind, you died."
In the back of my mind, you died.
And he's really leaned into that darkness. You know, he even posted on his social media that he's selling custom bloody t-shirts by him that fans can purchase.
Other creative choices being re-examined too, like this scene in the music video for One More Dance, where a body is being placed in the trunk of a car.
After watching you go.
All of this, a far cry from the optimism David conveyed to our Gio Benitez just last month.
It's such a blessing to be able to like express myself and release my art and help people around the world too. I'm loving the social aspect of it, you know, getting to meet new people and producers and artists and just musicians that I can get inspired from and also inspire too. It's beautiful.
Police say the investigation continues and no arrests or charges have been made. Mourners gathering over the weekend in Celeste's hometown to keep her memory alive.
I didn't know her personally. I just want justice for this little girl. I don't want her to be forgotten.
Our thanks to Ashen. Up next, how some men are going from having a beer gut to a six-pack. We'll show you how they're getting instant abs, and if it's as easy as it sounds. Welcome back. Now to an idea that sounds too good to be true. Men saying they've traded in their dad bods for beach bod, taking a shortcut to get sculpted. But just because these transformations don't require working out doesn't mean they're easy or cheap. Once again, here's Nightline's Ashen Singh with another look.
A six-pack for the summer, overnight abs, instant bulk, and a cut physique. Some men are trying to get shredded quick.
I don't think there should be any stigma to self-improvement.
I have high expectations for myself. Why would you look basic when you can look amazing?
In the past, abs like that might take cutting carbs out year-round and never leaving the gym. But these guys and many others are using plastic surgery as their secret weapon.
There's no idea that a woman needs to have something wrong with her in order to do it. Well, is there any reason that that should be different for men?
Some people call it just abdominal etching, some people call it abdominal sculpting, some people call it 3D liposuction. There are a lot of different names for it, but the most important thing is you need to go to a doctor that does a lot of this, a doctor that's a member of the Aesthetic Society.
Fat is removed from one part of the body to make the body appear more muscular, or it's placed in another position to make that area look more muscular.
At what point were you like, I want to talk about this?
If I have this conviction that, you know, there's this this norm out there that is unfair. Why not be true to myself and let others know how I feel? It fits me in the shoulders, then it's not gonna fit me in the waist.
Zach Michelson is a busy father of two who works in tech. He also has a modeling hobby. You may have seen him on the cover of romance novels like Billion Dollar Vow and One Hot Cowboy Wedding, or in underwear ads. He said he's found a way to take his body to the next level with less of a demand on himself.
Normally you think, oh, well, you're gonna have to get down to 5 or 6 or 7% body fat to really have good abs.
Shredded.
Yeah, but this not, a comfortable place to stay.
And it's hard to maintain.
And it's hard to maintain, and it requires, particular lifestyle.
What did you want to change about yourself, if anything?
I kind of got sold on this idea that we probably naturally have about the right amount of body fat if you're staying in shape. It just isn't necessarily in the places that you want it to be.
So just before his 40th birthday, Zach took a leap of faith and made an appointment with Dr. Douglas Steinbreck, who removed fat from Zach's midsection and sculpted his upper body.
There's an old-fashioned liposuction when your Aunt Susie had a little bit of fat that was removed from her tummy, but I don't throw that fat away. I put it up into their shoulders, up in their chests, up into their traps, or maybe in their glutes to make a more athletic final result.
Dr. Steinbreck says there's an added benefit to this technique. Banking fat cells into desired places directs future fat stores to those areas.
The carbs and the calories now will go through your bloodstream and find new areas. So you can have that ice cream and your shoulders get wider, you get more sexy up in your chest, and your traps pop, and it's less likely to go into those undesired areas. And it really, really works.
When pool season rolls around, you're just kind of ready to go, even though you're living life like a normal person.
It's been 5 years since Zach had his procedure. He's been candid with his social media followers about his plastic surgery.
So we can see the body bank or liposome transfer can make those areas pop.
Did you receive any blowback?
I did not receive any criticism or trolling or any of that. I did get quite a number of people who were interested, who were considering self-improvement for themselves.
Self-improvement is normal. We all want to get better. I think it's important to, as a physician, say that it's okay to get things done that affirm how you feel.
Hello everyone, my name is Chi.
For 37-year-old Chi Tang, if he wants a nip and a tuck, nothing can get in the way. Not family and friends.
A lot of my family members were stopping me like, you don't need this, you don't need that, but it's not about you, it's about me.
And not any stereotype that plastic surgery isn't for men.
Who introduced the idea of cosmetic surgery to you? As I remember growing up, the one thing I was always told, like, men don't get cosmetic surgery, and that's changed now, right?
Instagram, Facebook, you see so many like beautiful people, so I'm like, wait, what can I do, So I started out with my nose, and then I move on to my eyes, and then, I don't know, like every year, I continue to do a tiny bit,
Tang lives and works in New York City, where he says nothing feels like too much.
I used to see people got the abdominal edging. Used to be like them. I would never do that.
But Tang is a power lifter. He says he couldn't sculpt the perfect body in the gym, so plastic surgery felt right.
I work out 4 to 7 times a week. I try any diet from keto to now I'm full vegan. No matter how hard I try, how many crunches I do, my ab will never pop out. So I think before COVID, I saw like Instagram, and then I saw like the doctor in Houston. He specialized in abdominal edging. Well, I would say I got my look from the gym, the kitchen, and the doctor.
Tang, who owns his own salon, says he dropped over 14 grand a few years ago to have abdominal liposuction, 360 chest, bicep, tricep, and back lipo.
And what was the type of look you were hoping for?
I want a six pack, but I don't think I got a six pack. I just got a lot leaner. So overall, I'm still pretty happy with the decision that I went. But one thing, I wish I didn't let him lipo my chest. The minute I got out from the surgery, when I touched my chest, it's like, whoa.
It went down.
It went down, so now when I do bench press, I have to lift a lot more to create the same volume. So that's one thing I regret.
If your goal is perfection, that's not a realistic goal. And so you have to sit down and understand what can and can't be done and the possible risks that come with those procedures before you make your final decision.
Ab etching or ab sculpting is a minimally invasive procedure, but it's typically done under anesthesia. And with any medical procedure, there are risks.
The procedure itself can come with the risk of infection, and that can lead that person to needing additional procedures within a course come with more harm, which is why it's so important that when you're talking to a provider or a doctor about these procedures, you want to make sure that that doctor is a board-certified cosmetic surgeon before you begin that discussion.
Across the jawline.
Zach's experience with ab etching was so positive that he says he's now more open to other cosmetic enhancements. Today, he's getting filler with Dr. Steinbreck.
And this is the real magic, where just a little bit in that outer brow.
Your message for the world, it feels like, not only is it okay for men to care about how they look, it's okay for them to do something about it.
And you don't need to be vain, right? You don't need to be obsessed with your looks. If I can make it better, then great. Society is changing.
Our thanks to Ashin. When we come back, the newest fashion trend is taking inspiration from a pop star from the 1980s. We'll show you what's been called the Sade Girl style. And finally tonight, the 80s are alive and well thanks to the latest fashion trend following the style of smooth operator pop star Sade. Here's ABC's Maggie Rulli.
The 80s are alive and well. Pop sensation Sade's minimalist and sleek look now inspiring a whole new generation.
Once again, the girls are going wild for Sade.
Dubbed Sade Girl all over social media. Clothing, makeup, hair. Sade's effortless style is as in demand now as it was more than 4 decades ago.
What's it about her look that continues to captivate people?
I think there's a timelessness to it, stemming from her embrace of tailoring and very classic lines.
Danielle Tom curated a new exhibit at London's Design Museum dedicated to the Blitz, a small London nightclub in the early 80s where Sade and the other Blitz kids were just starting off.
All right, you ready to go back in time? Welcome to the Blitz. This is what the club would have looked like when it opened in February of 1979.
It's here Sade would have been seen with Boy George, Spandau Ballet, and Bananarama.
We were teenagers, we were dressed up, we were away from our parents.
Designer Fiona Dealey went to St. Martin's School of Art with Sade and designed one of the singer's iconic black dresses.
I designed very kind of minimalist, backless dresses, the first one being a black leather one, which is in the exhibition.
We also got to see early designs from Sade.
Designed 45 years ago, and I would wear those today.
A style still inspiring no ordinary love from fans all over the world.
Our thanks to Maggie. I love the 80s. That's Nightline for this evening. Watch our full episodes on Disney Plus and Hulu. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Thanks for the company, America. Good night.